Hi everyone, today we're going to go ahead and go over lesson 2-8, graphing linear and absolute value inequalities. And as usual, always pause when needed to go ahead and write notes or to give the individual tries a shot before getting the answers. So we're going to start with example 1, which is graph x minus 2y is less than 4. So the boundary is the graph of x minus 2y equals 4, since the inequality is a less than symbol. It will be a dashed line. So when we go ahead and graph that, then we're going to test the coordinate point 0, 0. So I'm going to plug 0 in for x and for y and see if we get a true statement. And we get 0 is less than 4, which is true. So that means I'm going to shade in the region that contains 0, 0. So that would be my solution is the shaded region of above the graph. So here is you try number 1, graph 2x plus 5y is greater than 10. All right, so we do have a dashed line because it's a greater than symbol. And we're going to go ahead and get A because it will be the shaded above region. The difference with A and B and C and D is that A and B are almost exactly the same, except for A and B are dashed, C and D are solid. We would have had a solid line if we had the equal to symbol. All right, for example 2, we have the following statement. One tutoring company advises that it specializes in helping students who have combined score on the SAT that is 900 or less. Write an inequality to describe the combined scores of students who are prospective tutoring clients. Let X represent the verbal score and Y the math score, and then graph the inequality. So we're going to let X be verbal and Y be the math portion of the SAT scores. And since the scores must be 900 or less, we're going to use the less than or equal to symbol. So our verbal part plus our math part are at most, which is going to be greater, is less than or equal to 900. So we're going to go ahead and graph that, and we would actually shade in the below it. So that would be our solution is x plus y is less than or equal to 900. Part 2 of this example is, does a student with a verbal score 480 and a math score 410 fit in the tutoring company's guidelines? So we could plot the coordinate point 480 and 410 and see if it's in the shaded region. Since it is in the shaded region, it is a solution, and yes, that student would be a prospective fit for the tutoring company guidelines. All right, here's you try number 2. We have 2 social studies classes that are going on a field trip. The teachers have asked for parent volunteers to also go on the field trip as chaperones. However, there's only enough seats for 60 people on the bus. What is the inequality to describe the number of students and chaperones that can ride the bus? So we're going to use S for students and C for chaperones. So go ahead and try that one. All right, so we need to add them. So we're going to do S plus C, and we only have 60 seats. So that means 60 is going to be greater than or equal to the total number. So our answer is B. S plus C is less than or equal to 60, or you could also say 60 is greater than or equal to S plus C. Here's you try number 2B. Can 15 chaperones and 47 students ride on the bus? All right, so if we looked at the shaded region, we actually find that no, this would not work. It is outside the shaded region. We can also do 15 plus 47, and we do get 72, I believe. So it is just, or 62, I'm sorry, outside of it. So no, that would not be possible. For example 3, we're going to graph a absolute value inequality. So we have y is greater than or equal to the absolute value of x minus 2. So because it has an equal to symbol, we are going to use a solid line for the graph. So we're going to go ahead and graph our y equals x absolute value of x minus 2. And then we're going to test the coordinate point 0, 0 to see if we need to shade that region or if we need to shade the other region. So when we plug in 0, 0, we get 0 is greater than or equal to the absolute value of 0 minus 2. This is a true statement, so we are going to shade in the region that contains 0, 0. And for our last Q try, we have graph the absolute value, or I'm sorry, graph y is less than the absolute value of plus 3. So go ahead and try this one. All right, so you should graph the absolute value of x plus 3. And since we know that we do not have an equal to symbol, we are going to use a dashed line. So with that, we either use B or C. And then if you test the coordinate point, you will find, so if we use 0, 0, we will find that gives us a false statement. So our answer is B. You are always also, again, welcome to use Desmos for graphing to help you out. But this is the end of the notes for 2-8. So I will see you next time.